All right, folks, welcome to another edition of Ascension Outdoors. I'm Lyle Johnson.
And I'm Goosey Geist.
From South Louisiana, I guess I should explain. Looks like the kind of home for my kind of man. We were fishing in bayou streams and dreaming from dream to dream, flipping on what Mama Nature stored. Yeah, you won't believe the things I saw on old Lake Maurepas. Mama Nature, you're gonna drive us all insane. For the rustle of their wings in that cold December wind brings me back to the banks of Maurepas.
Ascension Outdoors is brought to you by Layne's Jewelry and Design on New River, offering custom jewelry design along with in-house cleaning and repair. Snow Seafood and Steakhouse on Airline Highway, serving great food since 1971. Roland J. Robert Distributor, serving customers with petroleum and petroleum products since 1924, along with super stops located throughout the region. Veron smoked sausage uses the original Louisiana recipe from 1938 to produce the best smoked sausage, andouille, green onion, and smoked boudin around Ascension Parish.
See this man? He has no character. See this sausage? That's Veron smoked sausage. It has character. Made with 100% shoulder cut pork, filled with flavor, not fillers. Veron smoked sausage. Sausage with character.
All right, man, welcome to this edition of Ascension Outdoors, man. We're here at Snow Seafood and Steakhouse. They still celebrating their 50th year anniversary. Great place to eat. All the staff out there got their t-shirts on with their 50th anniversary on the back of it.
I guess 50th anniversary is good for a whole year, you know what I'm saying, before you get to the 50th
exactly right.
one.
We got about 2 months left to go.
Right.
So look, Ascension Outdoors always brought to you by Layne's Diamond Jewelry and Design on Ascension Street, right next to New River, right in the heart of Old Gonzales, man, and it's getting close to Christmas
Oh, it's
time.
getting close to Christmas. I'm sure business picking up, you know,
Yep.
for people. You know, and there's a big push on buying presents early this year because of short supply of different things. So
I don't
guess
think he's running out.
he probably not. Probably not.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
No, he ain't gonna run out. But nice place to go get some Christmas jewelry,
Yeah,
I
it
guarantee
sure
you, or
is.
any other time of the year for
right.
sure. Look, in the year of rescheduling and
It's been
things
that
of
way.
that nature, another event that got pushed back this time, basically because of the hurricane, was the CCA Ascension Chapter CCA banquet.
Right.
It's supposed to be held, I want to say in late September there, but now it's rescheduled to November 18th, Lamar Dixon.
Right.
That evening, 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock that evening.
Just like normal.
Right, and you know, the funds that CCA gets from this is well put forth in the right direction. We was talking a while ago, you was telling me there's a couple of more reefs that's came about funded by CCA with some other partners involved right there. So
Yeah, and so now they just recently completed two. Along with Chevron and the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries has always been involved in that program. And actually, they've done, I think it's around 25 or 27 since they began.
Yeah.
It's been, and it's a whole lot longer than we think. You know, we to the age where time flies, and
Sure.
they've probably been doing this about 15 years, and they get one or two, which this year they end up probably doing 5 because they're not finished this year. But the last two, one of them's in Bay Marchand right there out of Fouchon and Block 3, and then there's one in South Timberlea, which is pretty much right out of Fouchon as well, Block 51. And so they construct them somewhat the same. Sometimes they take just chunk ripper out, but then a lot of times they'll get those things that's designed. You know, they kind of round and they got holes in them, and they put them in. These things here are acres, you know.
Right.
So they're very big. As of this time, the locations, you know, latitude, longitude is not available, but that's supposed to be ready pretty soon where people can start utilizing them. And they've been doing it for a long time. And Chevron has been the partner on these two right here, helping them, you know, industry putting back a little bit,
Right,
you know.
and that's a good thing. And you know, a lot of the materials for these things are donated by
Right.
different companies.
For sure.
So, great deal of you know, to get the coast back going again.
Right.
And it'll be good by the time everything gets rolling back down in that area. These reefs here ought to be ready to fish for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
no
it
doubt.
probably don't take 5 minutes for a fish gets
Yeah, oh,
on.
and I'm sure. Yeah, as soon as they drop something there, they start
right.
congregating around it for sure.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one thing I want to tell y'all about this morning, I went and done. I had some deer stands in one of the hunt leases I belong to in St. Helena Parish, and I went there this morning to get ready to take a look at these stands because of the youth season coming up. I was going to bring my granddaughter. Well, if you got any stands and you ain't been to yet, you need to go take a look at them, because when I got to that one, it was on the ground. The tree that it was mounted to was on the ground. So was all the rest of the trees around there. I barely could get to it, believe it or not, in this one particular spot where I was at. And if you could have found a tree right there, I mean, to get in, it was too messed up in there for a deer to even travel through. So take a look at them stands, take a look at the condition that they're in, because them trees doing a lot of swaying back and forth, and you know, some of them straps you got them stands tied to them trees and things of that nature. You need to get out there and take a look at them now. Different reasons kind of held me back from doing that, but you need to take a look at them before the season gets going.
Yeah, and so that very same thing affected me on my squirrel hunts.
I bet.
Not hunt, but hunts that
Right.
y'all getting ready to see. I did the first time. I didn't get a chance to go before, and so I was kind of learning it as I was going. And as you'll see, that hunt wasn't very successful
Right.
at all. And the second time, I got a chance to go spend a little time in the woods the day before, and it turned out a lot better. Where I saw the squirrels that afternoon was pretty easy to get that bunch in the morning, but we had the same issues just in both places, just trying to get around that stuff, you know, where usually you can just walk straight through from tree to tree. Sometimes it was an adventure. And we're going to feature squirrel and andouille gumbo with some nature supplied meat with the squirrels and some Veron andouille. Stay tuned.
Distribute the super stops. Get all you need for your day on the water. Plus you got newspaper to read when they get home. Outboard fuel, ice, everything that you need to take a good, safe day, nice day out on the water.
Hi folks, man, look, it's opening morning, squirrel season, October the 2nd. Last 2 or 3 years, we've had awesome weather for the opening day. 50s, you know, up to 75, or 60 up to 75, and it's been absolutely beautiful. No mosquitoes. Same place I usually come hunt every year, and this year it's going to be a little bit different. It's 75 degrees, about 200% humidity. Mosquitoes have been on a rampage in Ascension Parish, so much we qualified for federally funded airplane spraying, and they've been doing that as well. And so the conditions ain't gonna be that good, not to mention Hurricane Ida. You know, that changes a lot of stuff. There's a lot of trees down I saw already right towards the beginning of the woods here, and it's getting ready to get daylight, and we're gonna give it a shot. I know they still got squirrels here. It don't really mess up the current crop that bad. Of course, there's been some little ones got killed, and some grown ones too, and all that wind and everything. Hopefully we got enough acorns stayed up in the trees where next year is when the results happen if there's a lack of feed, you know. All right. It ain't as bad as I thought it might be, but it is probably worse than I thought it was going to be as well. There's a lot of, this here used to be a place where you couldn't hardly see very far because of the age of the trees and the thickness of the branches up top. And but man, you can see a long way now, so we lost a lot of trees. At least a lot of limbs for sure. We've done had to navigate a few of those just to get in a spot where I could see pretty good. And another bad thing is we haven't seen a squirrel yet, and it's already probably past time for that. So yeah, we might have to try to sneak up on him a little bit. And that might be the tree that they're gonna go to today. So let's see if we can get anywhere close to them through all this mess. This will be our first stalk of the day. That's gonna beat all I ever seen. All right. Well, old blind hog done found an acre. Now we was kind of trying to get in a position to see a few of these oak trees, and when I saw the squirrel, I thought he was running away from us, but he wasn't scared of us or anything. He just kind of committed suicide, I guess is the best thing to say. Stopped right out in the wide open, give me a good shot. So squirrels 4, hunters 1. That was hurricane jungle. Oh my goodness. Female. Don't have no little ones. Not nursing, so that's a good deal. Wasn't that easy to come out of the hurricane jungle or get in it or find it. I had to have my cameraman go back to where I shot from so I could figure out where it was at. Well, yeah, it did. All right, hopefully we get some know. All right. All right, man, we're on weekend number 2 for the squirrel hunt. Last week wasn't too successful. We only killed 1 squirrel out of 5 we saw in a little rural area. It was amazing to hear the woods wake up this morning and the surrounding rural community with all the roosters and the dogs barking and everything. And beautiful day, low humidity. Gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Had a chance to scout a little bit yesterday, and that's gonna help out. Know where they got a few squirrels at, and hopefully we'll be a little more successful this week than we were last week. And never gets old, man. Adrenaline's pumping. We ought to be seeing a squirrel pretty soon. Hopefully they're gonna come out this morning. I saw some yesterday afternoon, so let's get ready for first time we see a squirrel this morning. Well, finally it happened. I thought he done give us the slip, but got back where I could get a shot. Yeah, you're right. First one in the morning. Little young female. No little ones. Not only is it tough sneaking around, getting around with all the trees and limbs down, but it took me a minute to find her because you can't hardly tell where you're going. You got to walk around stuff instead of straight to it. But anyway, we got our first one for this morning. All righty. Well, number 2, baby. So look, kind of We might be in an area where they're coming to feed because we just killed this one in one tree and then we just waited for a few minutes and another one came right this way. There's a squirrel nest right there, and I saw another one over in this way, kind of down low, like he was traveling, going somewhere to feed. So, a bunch of little nice young oak trees right here, not high up. Good place to shoot. So we'll go get that squirrel and then try to stay around here for a little while longer. Trying not to make no noise, but yeah, even though that one's close by, wasn't that far to go look. Sometimes it ain't easy to see them, especially they usually land back up where that white is hidden. So anyway, male, looks like he's on the younger side. So far we're killing us some nice tender squirrels, man, beautiful. All right, that's number 2. Hot dog. All right, that didn't take long. See, that squirrel was probably feeding in that tree when we just killed that last one. Another young one, a female this time. Shot this one on the run, which usually ain't my greatest success rate, but wasn't like she was in a terrible panic. Made a good shot. All right, folks, look, we just finished hunting yesterday. We had a nice day. We killed a few squirrels, and so we're in Ascension Outdoors kitchen right now. We're gonna go ahead and cook us a Cajun, South Louisiana squirrel, smoked sausage, and andouille gumbo. We're blessed to have Veron as a sponsor, smoked sausage, and we're going to use their product, the andouille and the smoked sausage, which we have cut up 2 lengths of each. I have 3 squirrels, which we're going to season, 3 onions cut up, 3 stalks of celery, 1 bell pepper, some green onions, and some garlic, and that's what we're going to do. Now, when you go to season your squirrel, make sure you're not afraid to season it fairly liberally, because not a lot of the salt and pepper and what have you. And we're going to do things pretty simple here. We're going to use some salt. I don't have it measured out. I'm probably just going to cover it pretty good with salt. Most of this salt will cook off in the bottom of the pan, and the seasoning as well. We'll use a little fresh cracked black pepper as well. And we're going to also use some cayenne. We're going to get a little, not a lot. It's just going to put a little bit of tingle in it. So, all right, we're going to go to the stove now. I'll take my squirrel and we're going to show you how to brown it. We're going to do all this stuff. All right, we got the fire really, really hot, what you need, because you want to do a good brown on here. That's what we're going to call it. And that sizzle is just exactly what we want to hear. All right, now we're not trying to cook these squirrels all the way through. All we're trying to do is get some caramelization on them. You see when I turn it over, that brown that's on the squirrel right there, and we also want brown in that skillet is what we're getting as well, because we're building layers of flavor. All right, man, y'all see that color on that squirrel right here, and that's just exactly what we're looking for. So we don't want to cook it all the way through, but we do want to get brown. And the prettiest thing besides the brown on the meat right here is the brown in this pot. That's building up flavor right there whenever we get ready to do the sausage next. All right, here goes the sausage. We got the andouille going in. And then we have the smoked sausage, and that's what we're going to do right here. The same thing is just get another layer of brown on the bottom of this pot and another layer of flavor to this gumbo. Now look, gumbo is a labor of love, and so when you watch them cooking shows that cook gumbo for about 45 minutes after the ingredients are all together, that's not really a good gumbo. A good gumbo is a 2 or 3 hour ordeal. But now you see the sausage we got browned here. We're not trying to cook it either, but you see that beautiful brown color on that sausage, and it's also putting some of that brown color on the bottom of this pot right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to put our onions in. We're going to get a good caramelized. We'll put all our like that. Stir it around in the pot, and you can see all that brown coming off by itself. All right, now that we've got the onions and stuff almost like we want it, we're going to go ahead and put that fresh garlic in there. That's going to put another pop and another layer of flavor. And really, we don't want to cook this too long, maybe about 5 minutes with the garlic in there. But all right, now that we've got our onions and our stuff caramelized down like we want, I'm going to put the meat back in. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're kind of building flavor. So I want a little bit of that flavor of that meat mixing in with all of our vegetables and stuff. And so we got it in, and we're just going to mix it all up. Get a little bit of the onions and bell pepper and celery and garlic on the meat, and a little bit of the meat on all the vegetables. All right, man, as you can see on the inside of that pot, that color is beautiful. That brown meat is back in, the sausage is back in. We've been simmering a little bit, so what we're going to go ahead and do is put 8 cups of stock. You can make your own stock. You can get you some store-bought stock or however you want to do it, but we're going to put 8 cups of stock to start off with. If we need to add anything, we're going to add a little bit later. We can add water. We're going to add our roux in, which is about 1 cup, and it is jarred roux, so that's not a bad thing. Roux is simply fried flour pretty much, and you put this fire back up on high to get our roux incorporated with our stock. And we're getting close to letting this cook. Now the thing about it is you got to let this stuff cook till the flour breaks. You know, a lot of people sometimes you can taste it and you can feel the flour in the gravy. But the gumbo is when that flour disappears, and it'll be just like night and day, like turning the light switch on and off. That you'll feel that flour in that gravy, and the next time you taste it, it'll be gone. And then that's when you can start seasoning it as well. All right, now we're gonna put our last piece of vegetable in there. It's time to put the green onions in. And what we're gonna do now is let the gumbo come to a boil, and then we'll put it, lower it down and just let it simmer. And now this is it. We gotta make sure we put the lid on it to let it boil, and then we're gonna cook it down till the squirrel gets tender, or really whatever meat. And then just check it every 15-20 minutes, and then you'll get to your seasoning in a little while as well. All right, folks, here it is, man. About 1.5 hours in, the flour cooked out of it. I did a little taste to it, and really all I had to put in it was about a teaspoon of salt, and that made it good. The red pepper was just right. It's got just a little teeny tang in it. So here we are, a squirrel gumbo made with andouille and smoked sausage from Veron, and all it needs now is just eating. So that's just the way it's supposed to taste. Cajun gumbo cooked with andouille and smoked sausage and squirrel. All right, folks, welcome back, man. I tell you, it wasn't a very successful 2 hunts, but man, it was still fun. And dude, the payoff is what's good.
Sure. Oh yeah,
Squirrel gumbo.
That's very good. Yeah.
That is my favorite meat on the earth to eat, is squirrel meat.
Be honest with you, they got a few squirrels this year
they
too.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It depends where you're at, and
Right.
to the west of Ascension Parish, you know, if
Yeah,
you're in
they
that,
didn't get
it wasn't too
affected at
bad.
all.
No,
Right.
it wasn't too bad at all. Tonight's picture segment is brought to y'all by Snow Seafood, by the way. Carla Bro right here now she pulled it off a double this day on the same stand, kill a hog
Right.
and a doe with a crossbow.
Right.
Hunting out of Fayette, Mississippi.
That's-
Congratulations, gal. Well, you got a lot of
That's a pretty
A
neat
lot of
feat
gumbo right
there.
there for sure.
That's a pretty neat feat right there.
I guarantee you, yeah, she had a very successful
Yeah,
day.
I can't say I've ever been that fortunate. I might have killed a rabbit and a squirrel
Right,
the same day. All right, this next picture's old buddy of mine, Dale Bonnell, caught this beautiful bass in
That's a pretty fish.
yeah, on October 10th, they're fishing at Chaffallow Basin in the Old River area, caught it on a suspended rod, which is a bait not a lot of people use. A suspended
Yeah, I know,
bait. You know,
yeah,
I
I've seen
got
that.
them and I've used them and caught a few fish on them, but probably could do a lot better if you just try it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That was a
Take
good
look at
fish
it.
there, Dale.
Yeah, and that
Congratulations.
picture, you know, in the back of it, you can see that typical, the way Old River looks there
Right.
in the spillway, like lily pads and all for a long
Right.
ways back, and spotted tupagum cypress tree.
Exactly.
Here's a mess of pigs right here. Now, Jared Babin and David Rom with a load, they caught 12 hogs in one of those remote controlled traps.
Right.
And well, I tell you what, y'all got a lot of cleaning right there. That's a pretty good mess. And you know, I was looking at them, most of them look like eating size.
Right, not big giant
Right,
ones,
not
yeah.
great big ones, you know,
Right.
perfect size right
Yeah.
there.
And look, if y'all watching this and you got some extra sausage, just let us know.
No, I tell you what, to be honest with you, in the last couple of years, I've been more in favor of the wild pig sausage
Exactly.
than deer sausage.
Oh, yeah, without
There's
a
nothing wrong with
doubt.
deer sausage, don't get
Right.
me wrong. But those wild pigs make
They
pretty
do.
good sausage.
Yeah, they got
no
a little
doubt.
fat in them.
Yep,
Not much, but a little bit.
They make real good
Yeah.
sausage, no doubt.
They get fed good. Corn.
Oh, they get fed real
All right,
well.
this next picture right here is another beautiful thing, but it's a big
Mm-hmm.
old fish. Jeremy Foster, 3 hours and 45
31.
minutes, bro. I know your pain. September 15th, fighting this 150-pound yellowfin tuna, man. He caught it fishing with the Mexican Gulf Fishing Company on a live hornbill. Fishing out of Venice. And that Mexican Gulf Fishing Company, they got several boats. They do very well.
They
see
must.
of
I see a
their
lot
pictures
about it,
around,
yeah.
yep.
See a lot about it. Beautiful fish right there, that big
Those are
yellowfin
gorgeous.
right
They
there.
beautiful when they first come out the water, too.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Beautiful fish. Here's Russell Lamar. Look, he killed this 250-pound hog hunting Bear Creek Hunting Club. I remember that hunting club at one time in Holden, Louisiana, before they really cut it real good. That was a real good hunting spot right there. I imagine it still is. He shot it October 14th, 7:35 p.m. that evening. 100-yard shot, Savage Axis 30-06. With a night vision scope, good shot. That's,
Yeah, you're
that's a
right.
big pig right there.
Yeah,
250
that's a whopper
pounds.
there.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
Without a doubt.
no doubt.
All right, here's another whopper
That's a
here.
big one there.
Yeah, that's a 190-pound hog right there. Sarah Severio Melanson killed with a 30-yard shot at Turkey Creek Hunt Club in Greensburg. That ain't far from where we rabbit hunt.
No.
She said the hog went about 20 yards. She heard him crash. She was very excited. It was awesome. She said, shot it with an older model PSE crossbow. You know, great weapon.
No, I guarantee there's a lot of. I see a lot of pictures now. A lot of people using crossbows
Oh,
quite
yeah.
often. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, become
Yeah.
a pretty successful hunt right
Yeah,
there. The
without a
crossbows.
doubt. I'm thinking about getting me one.
Yeah, I think so. Especially at our age, you know,
Right.
getting back trying to pull bows and stuff like that. It ain't getting no easier.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's Spencer Deshay and Gotro in a 12 Sac-A-Lay. They were using black and chartreuse jigs right there. They caught 6 nice bass on a chartreuse lunker lure in Old River. That's a place I got to get up there and do some fishing at.
Yeah,
before
well, see,
long.
I get to see him about 2 or 3 times a week at
Yeah.
work, and so he gets to tell me about
I
that.
know you tell me that you know about fish that they catch in there and all. Now's a good time for Old River because the water's down and
Oh,
it
yeah,
don't
the
get
river
into the
don't
narrows.
affect it, right.
Yeah, until it gets about 16 foot in Baton Rouge, and right now it has no. Don't look like no time soon it's gonna get into
Yeah,
Old
that
River.
high, that's
Yeah.
for sure. It'd be a good place to go.
Oh yeah.
All right, second week of teal season, Clay Haino along with Anthony Naya and Blason Bro killed this 3-man limit of teal hunting in Venice, Louisiana. And look, I've been seeing some videos from Spoonbill
Oh really?
about the big ducks.
Yeah.
Gordon said he ain't never seen that many
Really?
ducks in his life. It's unbelievable what they got over there.
Well,
right
I
now.
think you know, in the teal season was, in my opinion, most people I talked to this year did real good
Pretty
in the teal,
good,
even because of that, even with that hurricane that we
Right.
had, and that's a good sign if you telling me that they already starting to see a
Yeah.
lot of ducks down in that area right there, you know, West Louisiana. What needs to happen? Need the right weather, and we don't need a whole bunch of rain in the Mississippi.
Yeah, fly.
Valley.
All right, man. Look, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Look, I can't wait for the next time we get to go in the outdoors.
And you know, The fall's just now getting
That's
here
right.
and it's getting ready to be on. Like we
That's
talked
right.
about earlier, good look, might have a good duck season coming up. Fishing ought to be good. You know, in the areas that wasn't affected by the hurricane,
Right.
but in some of them areas down south of New Orleans to the east of New Orleans is still being
Yeah.
pretty productive
Yeah.
right now, and that's pretty much up and running again over there. So.
All right, folks, we'll see you on the next Ascension Outdoors.